5 ounces of unsalted butter, 8.8 ounces of granulated sugar, and 2.6 ounces of unsweetened cocoa. These are the first ingredients that I found in a brownie recipe online. Now, what's the problem? Well, it's not in the brownies, that's for sure. The problem lies in the measurement of these ingredients listed just prior. Now, I can't speak for everyone, but most covers in the US may have a few cups, teaspoons laying around, but when it comes to measuring in ounces, your best bet is to look for a different recipe. The problem is not just in brownie recipes, but anywhere from at-home bakers to union leaders and advocates. As an American citizen born and raised in the United States, I've had first-hand encounters from missed points on quizzes to complete confusion of the relativity of different units and conversions. The imperial system brings many difficulties to U.S. citizens. More specifically, the effects can be seen in workers that deal with these conversions on a daily basis. As was mentioned before, concerns dealing with the imperial system stray outside of the home setting and are even present in world trade. To start off, day-to-day life has its list of complications dealing with the imperial system. The imperial system has an inconsistent form of switching between various lengths of measurement, which is definitely unnecessary. For example, as some may know, 12 inches makes a foot, 3 feet makes a yard, and then lastly and most confusingly, 1,760 yards makes a mile, which in short is completely useless information. Usage of everyday items that measure standard amounts of given objects can also be unnecessary as well. For example, the difference between, or the conversion between gallons and pints is truly unnecessary. The major takeaway from this is that these hardly ever need to be known. While day-to-day life has proven to be difficult at times due to the imperial system, it is important to note that the effects can also be seen on the global level. Being the last industrial country to switch over to the metric system, the U.S. has been subject to miscommunication across various borders. According to Vox News, the U.S. has to make 2 different kinds of products, one for the U.S. and then one for systems outside of the U.S., as with countries trading with the U.S. having to do the same. With so much work having to be spent on system conversion, some companies have ultimately opted out of trading with the U.S. While the main focus of this speech is to focus on the drawbacks of the outdated system that the U.S. continues to use, it is important to note that there are possible solutions to the major complications that the imperial system imposes on U.S. Citizens. Technically, the U.S. has passed both systems into law, making the system available to anyone. However, to take this into full effect, federal laws would have to be put into place in order for the entire country to be on board. With the Metric Conversion Act already passed by Congress, switching to metric would definitely be a lot easier than it would otherwise. With several billion-dollar industries producing tangible goods across the U.S., consumers already have the power to strongly encourage companies to switch to metric, which would not only benefit consumers, but also companies in the long run. Some companies have already adopted, making the switch a lot easier for other companies as well. Now, demanding for mandates could possibly be the best choice when it comes to reform, both state and federal, with state being the first option, which could have a possible ripple effect, causing federal law, which would be a lot harder to push for, a lot easier in the long run. It is of no surprise that the effects of the country's primary system of measurement have taken its toll towards the U.S., but all things considered, nothing will happen until something is done. The metric system isn't the the United States' primary system of measurement, and it's not new, which means that it should be treated likewise. Incorporating metric measurements into everyday life could be a good first step. For example, using milliliters, liters, grams, that sort of thing could definitely be a first step in pushing towards an overall movement. The ultimate switch should also be visualized in terms of future scenarios. While it may seem like the average citizen has little power, in the grand scheme of things, they certainly have enough power to affect those around them, which can have a lasting effect.